What's up, everyone? Hope you're doing well. This is the Skyking here, back at ya. Thursday night. It is Thursday, correct? Thursday night. Hold on. Need a little bit more out of this microphone. For some reason, it's just not loud. How's everyone doing? I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. I've not streamed for a week and a half, I think. Week and a half, 2 weeks, something like that. Because I wanted to take a break. I was like, did the bits and bobs, did the windows, and I'm like, taking a break. And that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to do. You know? That's what I wanted. We have a new microphone. Well, it's not a new microphone. I'm using a different microphone tonight. We're using the TLM 67 for a little bit of a different sound tonight. Oh, it's because I have the 10 dB pad on. Hold on. Ha 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 ha! It's now louder. I was wondering why it was so quiet. It was the pad. So, we're going to talk about some stuff pertaining to Skyland. Okay? We have to update the mods for Skyland. We need to update the mods. Let me move the Discord over here. Here we go. So, let me get this up while I'm at it. I want to see my live streaming charts. We've got a lot of mods on Bethesda. And one of the biggest issues is that it causes a lot of confusion for a lot of people. I get PMs on Nexus, and I see people comment stuff on Reddit and YouTube and a few other places. It looks like my room is tilting. There we go. Is that any better? I don't know. Hold on, what did I do here? Ooh, what's that do? Oh, that's my ISO. All right. I wish they put like a level on cameras. Anyway, let's say hi to everyone real quick before I get into this. Brian, hello. Brandy, hello. Vixie, hello. Revan, hello. Chardero, hello. Sorry, Revan, to hear of such passings. That does suck. Cool. All right, yeah. Nice. Okay, compressor is working. It's been a while. I've messed with a lot of things, and I'm like, is this on? Is this working? Are things I don't know if things are working or not. So anyway, so here's the deal. A lot of things on Bethesda that confuse a lot of potential mod users. And so hello Uncharted Sky. I want to clean this all up by some pretty drastic measures. Now, I don't have an Xbox. I don't use any of these mods except for like on PC. But here's what I want to do. And I want you guys to let me know what you think about this. So I'm going to switch over to game scene here real quick. Game scene. Now, look at all of these Skyland mods. Let's just go down. Let's just do the show more thing. All of this. So much stuff. So I want to get rid of all of it. I want to get rid of all of it. I want to keep, we're going to get our notepad of trust right here. Okay. I'm going to pop this over here. All right. So, what we want to keep, Skyland, so I want to keep anything that goes well with other mods. So Skyland windows we can keep. Bits and bobs we can keep. Skyland LODs we can keep. Skyland AIO. Skyland landscapes. Happy little tree bark. Trees bark. Put the Skyland in front of that. Same with bits and bobs, man. Branding, y'all. Keep that top of mind. You got to keep your brand top of mind for everyone, you know? Let's bring back the architecture AIO. Skyland main menu for SE and AE. Lit road signs. Road signs. You know, you need those, right? And then we'll keep the donor wall on here. Real Tundra, get rid of it. We'll keep the Pipeworks on here for you guys. Y'all can have Shields of the Hold. Shields of the Holds and Sacred Trees. For some reason, y'all like that. Alright, so that's going to be it. We have more people. Hernan Gomez. Hello, Bruv Rom. Hello. Good to see both of you. Alright, so here is our list, everyone. Here is our list. Right here, right now. I'm going to delete all of these other mods, and this is what Xbox will have. I want to know what your thoughts and opinions are on this. Before I go through with this, this is what I'm thinking of doing here. Okay? So you get Skyline windows, bits and bobs, LODs, AIO landscapes, architecture AIO, happy little trees bark, the main menu, lit road signs, regular road signs, watercolor for realistic waters 2, and granite mountains. That's the only Skyline mods you get. None of this individual crap, none of this little bits and bobs and small little mods. You can have bits and bobs, but not like all the broken out mods and stuff. It causes too much confusion for people. So give me your thoughts and opinions and we'll go from there. On Nexus, I can go into a mod, right? So I'll just go here into Skyline Windows, right? Manage mod details. And here I can hit hide mod. Right? I would love to be able to unpublish a mod on Bethesda, but I don't think I can. If you guys know how I can hide mods on Bethesda, let me know and I will do that. Because I really don't want to delete them. Because what if somebody's like, oh my god, you just messed up like 50,000 spreadsheets. So, let me know. Let me know what's up with that, okay? I would appreciate that. Because again, I don't want to mess up anybody's system. Yeah, I can make them whip, but I don't know if that hides them. I don't want them to be searchable. I don't want them to be anywhere. I want them hidden. If they're hidden, they're hidden. You can't access them. You can't find them. You can't. It's like they never existed. Does that make sense? And hello, Thunderbird. Good to see you. But that's what I'm looking for. And I'll make a video for this. I think I'm going to make a video for this and like publish it and get people's opinions. Okay? But for right now, this is just us talking. And we'll come back to this. Okay? So, but that was just for us streamers to look at and to talk about. And we have looked at it and we have talked about it. Okay? All right, good. So, and like I said, I'll make a video about this later and publish it and get people's comments and stuff like that. Hello, Thomas. Good to see you. Here we go. Let's talk about doing some textures tonight. Everyone is always stoked when I do textures. So we're going to do some textures, okay? Get my folder system set up here real quick. Let's do smem, clutter. This one. Here we go. Nope. Boom. Cool. Now I'm going to go into my bits and bobs folder real quick here. And just get this going. Where's my bits and bobs? There it is. Losing my mind. Textures, smem, clutter. Oh. Smem, clutter, dwemer. Cool. All right. Hello, hello, hello. Everyone's saying hello. Let's go to games. So, some things that I would like to cover is the Euro, the gyro, the Euro, which is this guy here, this other clutter, and I might do like calcimo stone. I couldn't find the texture for it, so I'm gonna see if I can find it real quick in here. Calcimo rubbing. Don't care for that. Now I'll go ahead and get it anyway. Let's just go ahead and get it anyway, just to see what it looks like. Oh, cancel. I didn't want to unzip the whole thing. Let's get rid of that. Desktop. But I just need to find where that texture is. I don't know where the texture is, and for some reason yeah, I don't know. The other thing, the in-game console wasn't helping me out either. Okay, so where's my textures? Don't know. I thought I unzipped it. That because I don't need it, and I don't want to get confused if I delete other ones. Let's try this again. Textures. Nope. I know this one. Extract. Desktop. Please. Thank you. It's good to see everyone here. I want to say thanks for joining me tonight. It's always fun. This is cute. So this is literally just a piece of paper with rubbing on it. I was looking for the stone. If you would, hit the like button for me, because it gives me money. It doesn't give me any money. It doesn't. But it means that I'm on the right track of giving you quality content, and it tells me to keep doing what I'm doing. I go through all of my videos and I go, that has a lot of likes, that has a lot of no likes. I won't do that again. I will continue doing this. It's a democracy. You vote with likes. You know, that's how I sees it. All right, so that's that crap texture. I don't care about that. These are fun textures. So I'm gonna look at like some like common things. I'm gonna start with these two. Very common, very simple things. The cup and the bowl. These are 1024. Should we do them 2048? We should. Let's do them 2048. Even though they're just small clutter pieces and I should not do them in 2048. I don't care. I don't care anymore. I really don't. So I'm just gonna block this crap out. This Photoshop has been messing up a good bit. You know? See? You see that? Okay. So that's blocked. Go ahead and just start popping some things in here. So I'll do something, I don't know. 150 sounds good. Let's just do that. And then I'll just make this like, I don't know, freaking like 125. I think 100 would be too big of a difference. Yeah, that's fine. So there's the major gist of our cup. Of our cuppy doos. Here I'm gonna do like a little inner shadow. But we gotta set it to black and multiply and then do a bigger size for it like that. Yeah, 15, I'll set this to 15. But here I'm gonna stretch these out because we have the shadows on the end pieces here. Just pull that off. Yeah. Done. Cool. Now we gotta put the cool designs in. These are always kind of fun to do. I'm just gonna eyeball them because I don't care. Yeah, that's fine with me. That's fine. I'm just gonna set lines where I think I'm gonna need them. Because again, I don't care. Now, let's see if we can find a center. Center's right here. Cool. So I'm gonna make a circle. If this will let me make a circle. No, we'll just have to do a vector circle. And I'm gonna do 4096-ish. 4094 is close enough. Because I think 4 times the scale of a circle is correct. Actually, it is not correct at all. It's correct for that. And it might be correct for this. I mean, it can be. I really want this to be 4096. Let me back this out. I'm going to delete this because I really want it to be 4096. Because the circles are all divided up by quarters, and 2048 is 25% the size of 4096, so that's why I'm doing that. Which is a little factoid a lot of people don't know. When you go from 2K to 4K, people think you're doubling the size. That's not correct. You're 4-timing the size. 4 2048s, 4 2Ks can fit in one 4K. Check it. Watch this. Fun science. This is a 2K texture. 2K meaning it's 2048 by 2048. 1K is 1024 by 1024. 512 texture is 512 by 512. 256, 128, 64, 32, 16, 8, 4, 2. Those are the sizes of textures. 2 pixels, 4 pixels, 8 pixels, 16, 32, 64, 128, 512, 1024, 2048, 4096. All right, this is a 2K texture. You say 4K is twice the size of 2K. And it makes sense. 2 times 2 was 4, but no. I'm gonna paste a 2K texture in a 4K texture. Look at that. There is, look how much more, there's 75% more space around it. How many 2K textures fit in a 4K texture? There you go. 4K is 4 times the size of 2K. 2K is 4 times the size as 1K. And it takes 4 times the VRAM and 4 times the processing power and 4 times the space. Just to let you know, okay? It's not twice the size. If a 2K texture is 5 megabytes, a 4K texture is going to be around 20 megabytes. A lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people, they really don't. They think it's twice the size. 4K is huge. In fact, I will show you, if I go into my File Explorer, down to F, into Skyrim, Skyland AIO, what? I got a 1K? I don't need that. All right. I'm gonna go into Granite Mountains, Vanilla Granite Mountains, Tan, Textures, Landscape, Mountains. These are 8K. These are 8192 by 8192. The normal maps are 85 megabytes. The diffuse is 42.5 megabytes in size, compared to 2K textures, which are 5 megabytes. Massive. In fact, my Granite Mountains mod, Granite Mountains, is 1.4 gigs just for the mountains. That includes all the options. Yeah, they're huge. All right, there's our circle. I'm gonna rasterize that, copy it. Let's go into here. Back it on out. I'm gonna get rid of this crap. I'm not gonna use these. I'm not gonna use these lines. I'm gonna eyeball it. Here we go. Something like that. That's what I'm feeling. I'm gonna do like various colors here, so just bear with me while I try and sort these angles out. You gotta use a circle, by the way. Just how that works. Gotta use a circle. Now, I might not do it this way. I might take this one and then flip it. That's what I think I'm gonna do. Then it'll be a perfect mirror image. Let's take that, transform, flip vertical, boom. Yeah, that's close enough. Close enough. Then I'll combine these, rasterize, block this out, boom. All right. So this I can hide. Kind of doing like the butt cheek thing, but I'm cool with it. We could literally do any pattern or design that we want, but I'm just doing this one. I'm just kind of following what the cup is doing. You know? So we're gonna do a stroke inside, and I'm going to turn my fill off so I can see what I'm doing. And I'm just gonna say about here. And say okay. I'll rasterize it. And let's get rid of this other crap that we're not gonna need here. I'm gonna use my pen tool to knock this out. And we just gotta get close. We don't gotta get... It doesn't have to be surgical. You know? Make selection. And say okay, okay, and delete. Then here I'm gonna do the same thing. Click it. Boom. And then come out here. Let's slide this on down. Should do. Let's do this. Delete path. I'm making this harder on myself. Here we go. Rasterize, and then this guy, we're gonna do the same thing. Fill to 0. And then I'll do the strokey do. Perfect. And then this is going to be a lot easier to chop out. And delete. Oh! Let's rasterize that layer style first, boys and girls. There we go. So there's that. Why did it keep it there? Let's get rid of that. Nice. And I'm gonna do, what am I gonna do? I'm going to raise up the color to something that's equal with this guy. Let's take both of these, convert and rasterize. Let's add a color overlay and a inner shadow. For my color overlay, I'm going to choose 150. Get rid of this. Turn this on. Boom. Cool. There's our fun little pattern. Hello, Sladian. Hello, Kincaid. Now, I feel like we can back this out real quick because I want to duplicate this and bring it up to here. And then I'm going to duplicate this guy, flip it, transform, flip horizontal, and we'll just do some crap like this. Perfection. Convert, rasterize, color overlay, inner shadow, raise it above that. Yay. And I'm seeing a little bit of some messy ups. So I will show you where we're messing up. If you look here on the edges, you see how the shadow is happening like this? You're gonna have a divot in your normal map when you use this as a height map. So that's an issue, right? A couple different ways you can handle this. One, which is the first one we're gonna try, all right? So you can just take it and like just like scale it, right? Like you can just hold like Alt, and just go, blip, just make it bigger, or you can just stretch it straight up, which is what I'm going to do. Just enough to cover the shadows, which it does. So I'm gonna call that good. That'll be fine. Ah, well, here you go. You're in the right place if you want to learn about textures. We're making a height map right now. So the last thing we got to do is just put these little blippy-doos in here, which is all pretty easy. We're just going to take our square. This is our square vector tool, right? I'm going to set this to like, I don't know, 100. Oops. Like that, okay? But what I'm gonna do is I'm going to round the corners at like, am I gonna round the corners? Because I don't think that's correct. No, that's certainly not correct. We need to do better than that. We need to actually, if I did it like 60, it should be like pill form. You could do like that, right? But I think that's a little much, so I'm gonna do like 30. I'm gonna kind of just do this until I find something I'm happy with here. Not happy with that. Let's do 25. And I'm going to put some guides on this. Cool. 25 works for me. So that's what I'm going to call it at that. Rasterize that because I don't care to keep it vectored. And then we just kind of like, I don't know, just do it like this. There's no easy way to like step and repeat it over and over again. There's really not. There might be. I mean, if you duplicate it a bunch of times and then hit like array, it will. But I'm really not familiar with the array tool. So I just do like this and compound the layers to just make them larger and larger. And I'm doing this by eye. You could sit here and get down to the pixel on making these perfect if you wanted to. It's not really what I want to do. I think a lot of people have to realize that a lot of the things in Skyrim were handmade. And I just don't feel like there's going to be a lot of perfection, like down to the, you know, nanometer. Nice. So that's going to work for me here. Cool, so there's our layer. There's our height map. So I will convert this into a smart object and you can now check it and see what we're working with. How easy was that? Good evening, Stitcher. So now what we can do is save as a copy to our desktop. And I'm just gonna call this Dwimmer cup height. Save it as a PNG. And back it out and we'll open up Mixer. Here, I think I have some Dwimmer stuff, but I'm not sure. I thought I had a Markarth area, a Markarth folder. So what I'm going to do then here is I'm just going to do, wait a minute. Nordic, Imperial, bedrolls, elf furniture, cages, tusks, saw, lute, drum, butter, churn, barrels, torture tools, brewer, ruins pottery, Kataria. Really? I don't have my... I could have swore had it. Okay, well, let me just check. Oh, here's Mark Hearth. Let me see real quick. No. Is it in my crate and barrel? No. Is it under my test sample mixes, I mean? Let me see here. Engraved metal. There it is. Who's the other OG, Revan? So this is my Dwemer metal template that I made. These are my layers here. And sometimes I use this, sometimes I don't. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and load in the thing that we just made, which is this guy. And then in here, you can load in, if you want, this. And it just kind of puts in some stuff for you. Right? It just kind of highlights a couple things. And here you can load in this if you want. If you want to like load in like shadows and stuff. So like I could do if I wanted like, oops, let's do point sample of 1. Select all of these. Black that out. Select all of this. And white it out. You know, if this is something that you wanted to do. I really don't care to. So that's why I even had it off on the old one. Here we can turn on our 3D bevel. And of course we can raise and lower the power, as you can see. So I set this to like 10. And you can really kind of start seeing how it all works. Here under this, I might make this a little smoother. And we can go like, I don't need any of these to be blurred, just this one. We can go like complete melted. But you start kind of losing a little detail with that. So this is how I kind of want to look at it, is this way. This is how like the cup stands. It's like this. I want to get some more dirt in here. So we can work on our height maps. These guys. This is the gilding. Not really seeing too much here. This edge control is a little funky. Stains. Not seeing too much going on here. It's been so long since I've worked on this texture. Well, with this material anyway. I have forgotten what my settings are. Okay, now let's look at our dirt. Here you can really kind of see how the dirt fills in. Like that. I think is fine. I should have a better brake mask on this, I think. That's fine. Should I put a blur on this? Let me see what it looks like. Do a slight blur. Let's do like a 0.175 on that. And then we have our edge grunge. And then this. Let's see it. There's that edge grunge that I'm looking for. This break up on the edges. Good. Just gives me a little bit of that nice edge wear on it that I want to see. You can see these highlights here. I can set it to overlay or add. Add should make it brighter, which it does. Of course, we can lower that down. But I'm going to do this overlay. We'll keep it as overlay. All right, so that's going to be our metal. I might bring this dirt down just a hair. It looks a little over the top skis. There we go. Cool. So that is my Dwemer metal. Looks pretty cool. So I'm just going to go ahead and just type out Dwemer clutter, and I'll just say call this cup at 2K. Let me get rid of this. And then I will open it under Dwemer clutter cup. And here's our albedo and AO map. Now the AO map, it's metal, so there's not going to be any AO. It's metal. It's reflective, right? This, I think I'm going to just pull this fill down a little bit, but I am going to do an inner shadow on it. Like that. Cool. So it makes it look like there's more divots in it, right? Doing that. Let's pull this back a little bit. Something like that. You could do an outer glow if you wanted to do like some edge wear. Like that. And then you just set it to like overlay or lighten, or I mean soft light. I'll boost up the opacity so you can really kind of see it, but you get this edge wear. Does that make sense? That's pretty cool looking. You can do it throughout. You could take these guys if you wanted, and this, and do it again, like that. Fill, no fill, but it still keeps the layer opaque. And then again, do your inner glow. Yeah, I do an inner glow on this from the edge, set to white, set to overlay. And just pull that back. So you can kind of see what we've done here. We've added that edge, that kind of edge wear to it. Again, I would transform it and just kind of pull this scale out just a wee bit, like that. Simple. So without the effects, this is our texture, and we've just kind of baked in a little bit of some AO. We can also do a drop shadow on this, right? So if I like multiply, add some spread to it here, just to kind of make those things a little darker on the edges, you could do that if you wanted to. Like that. Cool. So here we can hit Control S, save as color. I do BC7 fine and linear, not sRGB, and that will be our cup texture. We can open up, file open, no. Let's do a file save as. Let me get my folder location here. Copy this, file open. And we'll take our cup normal map. This is the OG one. Image size, let's make sure we're at 2048. And we're going to get our new normal, which is this guy. Rasterize it. We're going to, let's double check we're going to flip the green channels. Always check the original texture and make sure that it's flipped normals. And we check our roughness, and the opposite of a roughness is a gloss map. So we're going to take that. Just like that. I'm going to keep it a little light. I am also going to steal this layer. Just so I can dull down inside those little crevices there. So this is going to be our gloss map, which is also called an alpha. And we save this out as a color plus alpha, fine and linear. Done. Now we can go run into game real quick and make sure that the metal looks good, because what happens is all the other textures I'm going to use, so I don't have to keep editing this. I'm just going to come in here and just replace this height map with another height map, and then immediately export it and just pump out this like assembly line of textures. So if the first texture is good, then we don't have to edit things in Mixer over and over again. So let's make sure the first one looks good, and then we can just pump out the assembly line. Luckily, I'm already in a Dwemer ruin. See, look where we are. Where's a Dwemer cup? Now, all of these Dwemer textures, that was my base, so it should match. I don't have to color match or anything. It's the same start. Oh, looky here. And here we go, y'all. You can definitely tell it's 2K on such a small object. Oh, don't fall. Anyway, there's our cup. It matches. I think it looks fine. What do you all think? We happy with it? Kick the can. Yeah. So hopefully there's going to be a few of these that are not going to be textured because they use this dude's textures, and I'm not retexturing him because then I have to do all of the automations, and I'm not doing the automations. That's outside the scope of doing clutter and architecture and landscapes. So that's why I'm not doing those. I know some people really want me to, and I just have no plans of doing it. It is a little monotone. But then again, like, all of my metal's a little monotone. This has a bit more scratchy dudes on it, so maybe I could put some scratches on it. I guess. I'm gonna save this because I like it. And let me see what I have. Let me just see what I have here. Get rid of this, right? Now I know that I have a saved smart material that I built out, which is this guy, this Dwemer metal as it's called, which is the exact same thing. So let's go into here. I'm gonna see what I can do for you. Let me see what I can do for you. Okay. I'm gonna do some like, we could do something like that. Right? Let's pump these up. Then I'll just do this. Let's do the same thing here. Right? So you have that, you have this, and that, but they kind of cancel each other out. So I could do something like that for you. Pull it back just a hair, shall we? Something like that. And then let's make sure this guy's right. So I'm just gonna take him real quick here. I'm just gonna do this. Usually I invert the roughness, or maybe it was the gloss that I invert. I don't remember. It's the gloss that I invert. Haha. So I messed up on the alpha map. I messed up, everyone. Just gonna pull this down a wee bit. Do something like that. That's gonna be our alpha. My bad. Don't listen to me. I forgot I exported a roughness with it. Let's check this in game. Well, on the original texture, they're going outwards. So you can check the OG here. Here's our OG texture. They're obviously poking out. These are poking out. You can see it. These are going in. You can see the inner shadow. These are outside. These are rims. These are poking out. If you look at the normal map, the OG normal, the way it is set, let me invert the green so you can see it properly. These are poking out. These are going in. So I do have it correct. It is correct. They don't have to poke out. We can definitely have them going in. I mean, it's our mod. We can do whatever we want with it. Let's get our cup. I don't want the book, but thank you. I just want the cup. Thank you. All right. Now you have one dirty cup. There you go. That's a bit better. The gloss is a lot better on it. Yeah. I'm okay with it. No sofa. I don't design the colors based on specific lighting and weather mods. I do it for what looks good in the game. So I kind of keep it like based off of like what the vanilla texture colors were. I have adjusted I have made a color palette a long time ago, and those are the colors that I use, and they're based off the vanilla colors and tweaked slightly. So if I turn off like my EMB, for instance, this is how it will look on Xbox. And I think that matches the Dwemer color pretty well. And then with the EMB on, a little more colorful because it's an EMB. But yeah, that looks like an old Dwemer cup. And it kind of matches what we have going on over here. We cool with that? I feel like it should be more gold, like just brighter in general. I don't know if anyone agrees with me, but that's how I feel about it. Like, I just feel like it should just be brighter. So I'm just gonna do like a whole adjustment here. Something like that. That's how I'm feeling about this. I'm going to do a test run real quick here. I'm gonna pull in my Skyland AIO. I'm gonna pull in Markarth, data, textures, dungeons, Dwemer ruins. I'm just gonna pull like, yeah, where's something I can pull in here that I know will look right? Like this guy. Let's look at this texture. Compare them side by side. So this is one of my Dwemer textures that I made the same way that I made the cup. And I just kind of wanted to get them to match. That's all. That's all I'm looking to do. There we go. So that's it. Now it matches. Now we can save this out. Yeah. Let's double check. No, no sofa. But I do want it to match. So like I said, I want them to be the same colors as these guys. As my architectural textures. I want it to be the same everything. It's all gotta look like it was cut from the same piece of metal, is basically what I mean. And it does. It's good. Oh, we forgot to turn this on. Shit. Let me save that back out. Forgot to turn that on. Let me close this and start it again. Just want to make sure that we're good here. I'm not going to do this drop shadow. I don't like it. But I'm going to do that. Maybe I'll want some more, let's do some here. Nah, see, that just messes everything up. So I'm gonna use that. Use this guy. There we go. Then the next one that we're gonna do is, this is the Dwemer bowl, and we'll do it the same way with the circly bits. It's really just kind of like one circle multiplied. You just kind of just keep blah, 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 and you get all of your same things, and then we'll do this because that's also the bottom of the cup. Not too difficult. Pretty straightforward. Right? block it out. Just like that. Here I can take, let's zoom this bad boy in. I'll start it there. Here I kind of want to be exacting on this part because that is the top of the bowl, and you want the edge wear to be in the proper location. Everything else, it's up to your discretion on how you want to do it, right? Again, you don't even have to use these patterns. You can do whatever you want to do inside the texture. None of it is in stone. None of this is in stone. You can take all of these designs as a suggestion, but you could literally just scribble stick people on this thing. It's your mod, you know? You do whatever you want to do. For these, I create a selection and then all of my tools will snap. I'm going to do it here too. Right? Snap the tools. Then we get our circle selector. And that's, we know exactly where it's going to be. Just like that. That'll be our circle. Easy. We'll do 125. I wish it would select all the numbers when I click on it. Just like that. Do another one. 125. You stay there. Here. Here. And here. I'm going to do 150. And then here I'm going to do like a 100. We can do a 120. Nah, we'll do 100. Keep all the layers separate. And then I'll do a 75 for all my cut-ins. On the bowl, I'm gonna steal this, paste it, because there it is. Don't have to redo it, right? And I'm just going to clear layer style, and I'm gonna do a color overlay of 75. Done. Just like that. That saves me a little time from not having to do that. Cool. So our height map's made. We just have to like throw in the designs and the bowl's done. Super fast, quick, and easy. Just get rid of all of these guidelines here. Let's go check out our cup. Hopefully the cup will look better and it doesn't look whatever y'all are saying. I think it looks fine. Personally. Let's compare it. Go over there. Yeah, they match. There's a little vector painting going on with the cup, so it gets darker at the top. I think that's a good match. It's worn out equally well. It's shiny. We can make it a lot more shiny. I think it's good. I think it's good. Where's our bowl? Let's see what the bowl looks like right now. Oh, it looks so bad. That looks so bad. Let's put the bowl right here. This bowl has Nordic designs on it, looks like. Do you not want to sit on the table? What's your deal? interesting. Is your mesh just messed up? Whatever. Alright. These look like Nordic designs, not Dwarven designs. Interesting fact. These look Nordic, not Dwarven. Could just be me. I know you're not complaining, Sofa. I know you're not. But doesn't that look... That just doesn't look Dwemer for me. It really doesn't. I mean, I could just be blowing things out my ass here, but... Let me, like... Look at here. I'm not seeing any designs that look like that. Let me go into my architecture. Yeah, I guess so, because the iron doors do this texture. And so did this. Okay, well, maybe that's where I've just seen it from. But for some reason, I just feel like it's more of a Nordic ruins. The circles, it's more of a Nordic ruins thing, but whatever. Whatever. So we're going to try and do this a different way this time. I am going to... See, it just doesn't work out. It's just not the same. You really just need a full circle. You know? You just need a full circle. But I'm going to do a full circle the size of the texture, just so I can make sure that things stay proper. Again, you can see I'm not following the line exactly right. It's okay. Like I said, this is your texture. You do it however you want to do it. Okay? I'm doing it this way. And I'm going to do an inner stroke. I like the inner strokes because they're more accurate than an outer stroke. I'm going to do 20. Let's do 30. Let's make it an even number. I like even numbers. Okay? And then I'm going to... Well, let's duplicate it real quick. Turn that off. Take our new layer. We'll just bring this up. Let's see what happens. Right? Like that. Ish. Something like that. Right? Like, I'm not going to get mad at it. Let me turn this on. And I'm just going to select this guy. And give me a little snappy grid right here. Boom. Turn it off. I'm going to rasterize my layer styles and knock out this stuff. Right? And then here, snag this and put me another grid line here. And I'm going to delete from this guy. So now we got some arches. They're not great because you can see they get thinner here. Look. See how they're thin here? It's a thinner gap, and then the gap grows and then it gets thin again. I don't like that. It needs to be mechanical. It needs to look mechanical. So I'm going to get rid of that. And I'm going to do this another way. We're going to do this another way. I'm going to take this, put me a line here, put one down the center. Then I'm going to subtract from this. Right? Do something like that. I'm thinking, yeah, that's fine. All right. Now this is going to be my base. And I'm going to do this in like red so I can really see it. Cool. Now I should be good. Right? You would think. You would think I'd be good. You would think. But I'm not 100% on this yet. This idea. Still not a honey. 100%. I think it needs to be bigger. It needs just to be a bigger circle is what it needs to be. The problem with doing this is that it makes the lines thicker. Doing it this way. See? The line is thicker. Doing it like that. So what I'm going to do is delete these. It's the only one thing with like Dwemer textures that I don't like. I'm going to call that. That actually looks fine to me. So I'm going to convert and rasterize. And then I'm going to take everything outside of that and delete. Oops. Like that. Now I'm going to do a color overlay of 75. Turn this on. Cool. Them's the breaks. Daniel. What is Dwemer meant to be? Copper or brass? It is their own proprietary metal. They have a patent on it. You know, it's a whole monopoly. No, it's what's the name of the metal? I don't know what the name of the metal is, right? Like, let me see. Dwarven metal, right? It's like, it's just called Dwarven metal. No other race has replicated whatever process was used to create Dwarven metal. Although it can be easily mistaken for bronze, and in fact many forgers of Dwarven materials use bronze to create their fake replicas, it is most definitely a distinct type of metal on all of its own. Cool. The method of producing these ingots was known only to the Dwemer, and hence was one of many secrets lost with them. Due to the only source of this metal being the Dwarven ruins, the metal has come to be known as Dwarven metal. That's original, named after its creators. This metal neither dulls nor does it rust. Remember that, people. The texture doesn't dull or rust. Now, does dull mean if it's sharp, it doesn't get dull, or does it mean it doesn't lose its splendor? It doesn't become unshiny. It's always shiny. Is that what I took it is when it says it never dulls and it never rusts. It means it's always shiny and it doesn't get rusty. So when I see Dwarven metal textures and it's rusty or flaky, I'm like, nah, that's not Dwarven metal, buddy. That's bronze. Dwarven metal don't rust. FYI. FYI. All right. This weird texture. I hate this texture. This is also on the metal bars. I mean, this design. I don't know what this design's supposed to be. It looks like a solder line, and I don't like it. Let's get this guy knocked out real quick. Right? It's definitely raised up, because you can see the wear lines. This is not embedded, it's extruded. So we're going to do it that way. Again, I'm just holding my Shift key and making this texture. So I'm going to do 125. We could also probably do 100. No, we'll do 125. Cool. But if you hold your Shift key, it'll snap to like 45 and 90 degree angles, and it just makes life so much easier, and it just makes things look perfect. How do I want to do this? Good enough for me. Let me take that little edge off there. Fine. And then this top one doesn't have anything. Hello. Cool. I guess I need to make that 150. Nice. Turn these on. Nice. All right, so right here I got to get this pattern in here. And I would like to find another just cool, I want another pattern. I don't like that pattern. I really don't like it because it doesn't make sense to me. So I'm going to open up my Skyrim folder. I'm going to go into my trim maps here. I'm going to find like a Dwarven looking trim map real quick. Something like this, this. I like this. Ooh, that was good. Let's use that one. Blop. I'm just going to drag this down. And we're just going to kind of center this up. Right? Something like, I don't know, that. Right? Cool. In here, I'm going to snag this and put a little center line in it so I can make sure that I stay centered. So that's what we want. Ultimately, stay centered. Okay. Then we duplicate. I know somebody's going to be like, that pattern's not in the game anywhere else but on this bowl. You're ruining my immersion. I know. I'm sorry. I am sorry. You're going to have to sue me. Let's check this out. Get into 100% here. I don't see any lines, so I'm good here. All right, so I'm gonna do like this guy, lighten. Boom, boom, boom. Let's get rid of our guideline. I'm gonna lower this opacity down to where it's like, you know, okay looking. Like that. Cool. So I'm gonna do a file save as a copy and throw this into our desktop as a PNG. And then we go in here, and all we gotta do is load that height map up, and boom. There she blows, y'all. Okay, so you see these horizontal lines here? That was what I was afraid of happening. Usually when I use stencils, that's what happens. So I've got to go and fix that. There they are. Look at them. They're just so faint. So faint. But that's what happens. As a great man once said, them's the breaks. Them's the breaks. And I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to turn this back to this and pull this up. Just like that. Right? Look how different it is. It's not even like trying to hide itself. I have to do it from here. Okay. The next one. Let's go to the next one. Just do this all the way down. Photoshop sometimes sucks. Alright. Convert to a smart object. Rasterize. Lighten to 55. Do we like screen better? I like screen better. Alright. File save as a copy. To the desktop. As a pung. Here it is. Bada bing, bada boom. Load it up again, and the lines are now gone. So there is our new texture. It does not... It has a complete theme. Oh, y'all are talking about Starfield. Let's see what everyone's saying about Starfield. I'm interested in this. I shall read the chat. Google says something to do with tonals. I have no clue what tonals means. Oh, it's unique to them. Is everyone still playing Stanfield? Daniel, proofread. Yes, loving Starfield. Over 220 hours in it, right? Meow. I don't understand all the hate videos out there. It's so fun. Immersion ruined. Thank you, Zarlek. Chad Karen needs to follow up light, let you know it look better. It's true. I'm telling you, this pattern right here, people are going to bitch about it. I think too many had their own expectations for it. It's not the game for everyone. I agree, Brandy, and it's usually what ruins pretty much anything from video games to movies. I have my nitpicks, and there's plenty to improve, but I love it. I haven't paid much attention to the complaints, but isn't one of the issues just the emptiness, 1,000 plants available? Looks great. Thank you, Revan. I mean, you'll find anything that somebody will complain about, even about the Ahsoka series. I got my complaints about the Ahsoka series. The seams are seemingly immersion breaking. They are. If we are operating under real expectations of planetary objects in our reality, most planets are empty. Sorry, says Daniel for not proofreading. I can't wait till we get the CK for Starfield to make some badass towns. So, here's the thing with Starfield and me. Personally. The main storyline is boring as hell. It is so freaking boring and repetitive. And I hate it. I hate the main campaign. I could give two shits about everybody in the lodge. Especially the people that are not on the ship with you. Like, the people that I bring on the ship with me, I like them more than the other people in the lodge. But like, the first few missions are just like the simplest fetch quests with like some baddies between you and what you're fetching. You wipe them out, you get it, you go back to the lodge. And you can do it straight from like the cave or the facility that of which you're at. You just open up your menu, click on home, and it just boom, load screen, and you're back in the lodge. You dump down what you fetched, and then they're like, hey, I would like to talk to you for a second. I found another thing that you should go fetch. And you're like, for fuck's sake. And it's like the same mission somewhere else. And then the blonde chick, every time you land or take off, engines look good. That was a good docking. Oh, we didn't blow up. I guess that was a good light speed. Please, shut up. That's a nitpick. But the main campaign, I could care less about. Where the fun is, are the towns. Aquila City is like my favorite. The Well in Atlantis is my favorite. All of the side missions, when you just come across somebody and they're like, hey, I have this side mission, it takes you like 2 hours to do, that is fun. Getting ingrained with the meat and potatoes of society, as I like to call them. These are not the heroes. This is not the core group of characters. These is just a random person who works in IT and they need some help. You know, and then it ends up being this huge storyline thing. Those are really fun. And Bethesda has always excelled at these side quests of just them being really good. And I love the side quests in Starfield. I think they're great. And I've come across people that I really like. Now there's some Radiant side quests, which are not fun. You go to a rando planet, you come across rando generated encampment site where there's some settlers, and they're like, there's some spacers over there and they're bad. And you go kill them, and then you come back and you're like, you won't have a problem anymore. And they're like, thank you. And you get on your ship and leave. The only thing that's really good for is like if you need some loot and you need to go get some, sell all the loot and get credits, which is what I do. I've got millions upon millions of credits now with nothing to do with them. So, I mean, there's that. I like the cities. I go to all the cities. I try to find as many side quests as possible, and then I do them. And then when I run out of loot or cash, I go and do some Radiant. I just land on a random planet. I find empty facilities, or I find settlements. I go do whatever the settlement tells me to do, or I just raid an abandoned facility where there's always bad guys, get all the loot, and then I go to all my different places and sell it. And then I'll upgrade my ship. And that's all I do for hours on end. Aimlessly, with no point or direction in sight. I could go back and do the main campaign if I wanted to, but it's, like I said before, I have no desire for the main campaign whatsoever. It is the most mind-numbing main campaign I've played in any story ever in my life. Most planets really do have nothing. I will go and find I'll click on one of the system stars, zoom in, and it'll be like, these 3 or 4 planets in this whole system have like 3 dots on it, which means there's something on the planet. So I'll zoom in and it'll be like, abandoned mine. I'm like, I'm not going to go find your abandoned mine. Like, I have no desire just to explore an abandoned mine. That has 0 point to me. Like, would you even do that in real life? You're like, hey, I'm cruising the galaxy. Oh, look, there's an abandoned mine on this random planet. We should go look inside and see what it is. I'll tell you what's going to be there. Some spacers, some junk loot, and that's about it. And then you leave and you feel hollow and dead inside because you go, why did I even do that? That was a waste of my time. Zarlek, I love you. But Sarah is nothing like Delphine. It's easy to think she is when you very first meet her. But after about 30 seconds of talking to her, you go, nope, nothing like Delphine. And I think, this is a conspiracy theory, but I think Bethesda did that on purpose because they know everybody else hates Delphine. And you roll your eyes, but then 30 seconds in, you go, ah, oh, okay, I'm good with this person. This person's cool. Okay, we're cool with that. But I like Sarah. I like Sarah. Her landing, takeoff, and docking comments are annoying as piss. But aside from that, I like her. I'm going to get this to step and repeat properly. Because as of right now, you can see that it does not step and repeat at all. We might just have to remake it, to be honest with you. Let's remake it. Let's remake it. We're gonna have to remake it. Let's get rid of it. I'm gonna do... But I like her. I really like the Russian guy on the space station. I think he's my favorite. Can't remember his name, but I liked him. I like him pretty good. I'm gonna make my own design that kind of mimics this, but it's gonna step and repeat a lot easier. All of these, I'm going to take the fill out. Do a stroke on the inside. Copy layer style, paste layer style. Okay. Convert and rasterize. Take this and rotate it horizontally. Something like that. That looks pretty cool. Like it. Rasterize, and then let's do another one. I take it this away. Just gonna do something like... Where's my top circle? I gotta find my center. Trying to get some like horizontals in here. Some more horizontals, I guess you could say. Let's take this out. Let's get another here. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Something like that. That should step and repeat perfectly. And I'm going to take this. I'm going to take that, paste it in here, and just to double check it. Should have no problem. Oh, it does. A small, slight problem. So, Yuri, what's your gripes about Ahsoka? I haven't seen it yet, but I ain't got no problem with spoilers. Listen, she's not at all good at fighting choreography, and Rosario Dawson has never really had good acting chops. Saw a couple of clips where Anakin appears, like during the Clone Wars, and I heard that it was really good. I think it's meh. Then again, Burt Allen Star Wars. I'll have to see it, but I haven't really had much hope for much of the Disney series anymore. A lot of the stories from Marvel, even Star Wars, have been okay. Jola, hello, Hav. So just to kind of like, you know, let you all know. Like, I'm a big Rebels fan. I like Star Wars Rebels a lot. I like Star Wars in general. If you didn't know, I'm a big Star Wars fan. I also love my Han and Carbonite. And I've got like all the helmets and lightsabers and stuff, you know. So this is coming from a place of love when I say these things, right? The Ahsoka series plays more like a daytime soap opera than the fun, semi-lighthearted stories and action of Rebels. Everything's much darker and just more serious, and everybody's just so glum, and it's like, it just wears out. It just wears you out over time. And it's just like not as fun to watch as Rebels was fun to watch. You know? And like I said, this is coming from a place of love. But that's honestly how I feel about that. It's just not like, wow, that's so cool and awesome and so enjoyable and mysterious and, you know, fun. It's just not. It like just turns into like drama. And I don't know. Like, I just don't see the fun in it. When it's like that. The fighting and the choreography could definitely have been upped a little bit, I think. There were a couple of good, you know, fights. The one that everyone's talking about. Okay, so the one that everyone's talking about, she's fighting a bunch of stormtroopers. And the thing is that they keep coming back alive. So she's like, and everybody's like, oh my god, it's so weak looking. The thing is, she just fought like 500 stormtroopers by herself. She's a little worn out and tired, and I think that she acted and portrayed that very well, but everybody took it as it's lazy fighting. And I'm like, look at it in context, right? All right, there we go. Scene has been fixed, and that is a cool pattern. I like that pattern. All right, so I'm gonna save this out. So that's basically where that's coming from. The Anakin scenes I thought were really cool. I thought they were really awesome. The fight between Ahsoka and Anakin was really great. But to me, she just didn't feel like the Ahsoka from Rebels. And what really kind of chapped me is that Sabine is like my favorite character. And this Sabine was just not, she just didn't feel like Sabine to me. I was like, that doesn't really seem like Sabine. And they're like, well, it's a more grown up Sabine. I'm like, I get it, but like, Jesus, like, not really fun here. Not having a lot of fun. So, those are my 2 cents. Right? I felt like it could have just been a little bit, I don't know, more like Rebels. And it was nothing like Rebels. And it made me sad. Alright, so I gotta get this back again. No. Save as. File open. And I want this one. Slide this down here. That was a pretty good idea. I might do that. Hold on. Let me get my dodge tool. Alright, let's check this out in game. Oh, game scene. In fact, my favorite scene from Rebels is the fight with Darth Vader and Ahsoka and how she realizes, yeah, where she pushes, what's his nuts out. They're with Kanan. It's Ezra and Kanan and Ahsoka. And Ahsoka jumps between Ezra and Vader. And she's like, get out. And the doors are closing. She like force pushes them out. And they're in the Sith temple. And yeah, it was a really cool scene, man. Luke Skywalker, in fact, when I was a little lad, the teacher was trying to figure out what our favorite colors were. Blue. Yeah. Alright, well, here's our new bowl, and I think that looks like a nice Dwemer bowl. I have no qualms with this bowl. Yeah. Except that the the mesh is very weird. Yeah. See? That's a good looking. That's good looking. And so our cup bottom should now be fixed. Yes. Everything's fixed. Everything's good. The bowl looks good. Let me see if I can find another bowl. Oh, here it is. Yeah. What do y'all think? I think it's perfect. Good looking bowl. Yeah, don't see any. And here's the other bowl. Here it is again. No qualms. Looks good. Look how janky. Look how janky this is. The UV mapping. These were all straight lines in the texture, but look at it on the bowl. Look how janky that is. Wait, is that a... I have no clue. I have no clue, Brian, what that even is. But I'm happy. What I'd like to do is I want to flip this up, put it down, bing, pick up our cup, and go. Aww. No depth perception in a video game. Bing. Nice. I don't know what Volknot is. I'm sorry. Alright. So I think it matches. Yeah, see how close the colors match? That's what I want. I like when the colors all blend together. I'm gonna do one last thing here. I'm going to take this. I'm just gonna go bang. I'm gonna do no color. I'm just gonna go like this, like that. Cool. Just want those a little darker. This works for me. I'm good. Close these out. Nice. So those are all done. And then at this point, it's like the cog, the gear, some scraps, sides, this scrap, this gyro. I don't know what this core is. This core looks interesting. That looks pretty fun. Let's look at the other ones here. A lot of these are just, I mean, just like basic bitch type textures. That is just, they're more time consuming than challenging, you know? Standard, basic. More standard, basic. Just time consuming. Penis. Short penis. There you go. Oh, okay. Okay. I was not sure what you were talking about. But now I know. Now I know. And then this is the last one here. Oh, that's just really time consuming. Good Lord. All right. So it is now time. It is now time, I think, for everyone's favorite thing. Let me put these in here real quick. There we go. So it's now time for the part of the show that everyone loves. What's the short ping go to? Mushroom. I mean, come on, it looked. I don't know. Maybe it goes to like one of the Transformer guys. I don't know. Ping. All right. So this is the time where we read stupid comments, smart comments, fun comments, enlightening comments, and everything on the Nexus. You guys can say whatever you want to in chat about these comments. I don't care, but here we go. It is now time for... All right, it is time for Ask Skyking, and these are going to be some fun ones. It's been a while since we've done this. Here, maybe I should... Oh, hold on. We also have a brand new comment too. Let me do something real quick on here. Let me make sure that this is working. Yes. All right. Here we go. Game scene. So, new feature on the Nexus, we can now blur NSFW mods, which is nice. And you can see actually how many there are. Look at this crap. Half doesn't blur images, just mods. So NSFW images, out of luck, but mods, it does blur. Look at how many there are. There are so many thirsty freaks that play Skyrim, and I love it. There you go. So we have a new comment here. So I'm just gonna go through. I don't know how long it's been since I've read the comments to you guys, right? So I'm just going to just start opening up a shit ton of these. Okay, let's start here. Skyland all in one. This is the Skyland AIO. All the Skyland mods in one. Hi. First, I must say your mod is amazing and my game looks beautiful thanks to you. My question is if I can remove the lit road signs ESP mid-game. It doesn't work well with Destructible Skyrim and Lanterns of Skyrim SE. Can you? I'm gonna say sure. If you already ran Dine Dulod, you may still see lights. I don't know. What grass mod would you recommend to pair with this? This is turned into the new, is this compatible with JK? This comment, everybody wants to know, what grass mods and flora mods? Literally any of them. Literally any grass, flora, tree mods you want. They all look good with Skyland. They look good with all of the landscape textures. Mix and match, have some fun. Some people like this, some people like that. It's whatever the crap you want, I don't care. Okay. This person put in their load order here. Didn't even answer the question about grass mods. They didn't even put a grass mod. Oh, Skyrim floor overhaul. Okay, thank you. SFO is old school. That's OG. That's from like the LE days, but it's still really good. Can I or should I remove the official HD texture pack? Every texture mod you install should overwrite that pack, and that is true. I don't understand the grass question either. I actually blend different grass mods, but you know, like I have a grass mod for the Pine Forest, I have a different grass mod for the Tundra, I have a different grass mod for the Reach, different grass mod for the Rift, so that's just how I like it, you know? I have not found a grass mod that does everything well. Simple as that. Yeah, Brian, you're right. They all pair well with Skyland, but here's the deal. Even if you don't use Skyland, you use a different landscape texture mod, it's the same answer. It's the same answer. That's like asking which Whiterun looks the best with Skyland landscapes. Fucking any Whiterun texture mod, okay? All right. I spent all day installing version 4.13. Okay, so I don't know why Nexus Mod Manager is saying like, as soon as you download this, it's like a new version is available. It's like, it's not, it's the latest version. But I have so many mods. Like, look at this. All of these mods are like out of date, but I've just went through and updated all of these mods. And it's like, hey, there's a new version of this. And it's like, no, it's not been marked delete. I literally just updated these mods, but Nexus Mod Manager's like, nope, these are all out of date. So I don't know what's going on. This guy wrote something in another language, so I don't know. I have a lot of 4K texture mods installed. They're kind of pointless with this mod, right? Like, I don't know. Like cathedral plants 4K. Should I not use 4K textured plants with your landscapes? No, you can use it. This person says the 1K version he thinks has a virus because Windows said it has a virus. It doesn't have a virus. It's a zip folder of pictures, so it can't have a virus. Also, on top of that, all of these are scanned, right? They all have a virus scan. In fact, it's scanned twice by the CDN and the hosting on Nexus. It's scanned. All right, so don't worry about it. Also, if you're the only one who found a virus and the 1.4 million other people did not, it's a you problem. All right, just gonna throw that out there. Anyway, he got flamed. This person says Nexus doesn't scan every file. Literally, it says any new files uploaded to the site are sent off to Virus Total to be scanned and will not be downloadable by users until the report has come back all clean. Any new files uploaded to the site. So that means every single mod is scanned for a virus. This guy's like, Nexus doesn't do that. It's like, here's the link, buddy. I've been doing this a long time. Yes. Here we go. After installing this mod, my game crashes every time. This mod does not crash games. Just want to throw that out there. I don't know what this person wants. I did not respond. Looking at everything and ask myself why I didn't install it sooner. Oh, he just likes the mod. Thank you. Stuart. Install the newest file. Again, this person, a version thing. There's a version thing here. Again, version issues. Bits and bobs will be integrated. The main file need to download separately. I've said this 1,000 times. It's on the description page for Skyland AIO, and it's on the description page of Bits and Bobs. They are two separate mods. They will always be two separate mods. Bits and Bobs will never be into AIO. Moving on. What's this? Skyland, a landscape texture overhaul. Oh, the snow textures are amazing. Best snow textures I've ever seen. Are they saved in linear or sRGB? So if it's a DS file, it has to be linear. So it's linear. Okay? Because that's how Skyrim reads them. All right. I just love everything Skyland. Just to clarify, though, is this included in the AIO? Okay, is a landscape texture overhaul included in Skyland AIO? Yes. Now we need Skyland grass. No, we fucking don't. Many thanks for this beautiful mod. You're welcome. Thank you for commenting. So in the latest version, the mountain textures have been removed. Oh yeah, we already read that. All right, moving on. Skyland AIO, Reddit. Skyland Windows. This is the latest Skyland mod. If you got a virus, you won't be looking at Nexus mods. So Skyland Windows, latest Skyland mod. Everybody seems to like them. What's funny is this texture right here. I've had so many people ask me if my mod adds these windows in. And I'm like, no, this is actually in the base game. But now you'll notice them. Like, I didn't notice them until I did the texture, and now I see them everywhere. All right, would people prefer transparent windows? Yes, they would, but the meshes are not set up to have transparent windows. If you made the windows transparent, you would see straight through the building. Or you would just see stone, like the stone wall behind the window. You'll see one of those two. There is no interiors to the buildings. Okay, that's not how the buildings work. The buildings are hollow, and then you enter through a portal, which takes you to another cell, which is the interior of the building. But interiors of buildings do not exist in the outside world. In the creation kit, there's an interiors drop down, and then there's, you know, Tamriel, Whiterun World, Markarth World, Windhelm World, and then you have your interiors. Two separate planets. You cannot do transparent windows. You could do like a cool parallax effect to make it look like there's an interior, but I'm not doing that jazz. Looks very nice, especially with the ENB particle effects for Windows. I know because all of my images have the ENB particle effects. So this guy, real problem. He had a issue with the Windows. You know what? Let's just open image in new tab. So he has these little floaty windows appearing in front of the other windows. This is a dying to lot issue. I just restarted my game and they went away. But yeah, it's a dying to lot issue. He solved it by updating dying to lot. Will this be added to the AIO? This will eventually be bundled with the AIO when it's updated next. And so that is true. I will be including Windows in the next AIO update. Can we get a 1K version for Beast computers? So the windows are, I didn't really change anything from the vanilla sizes. They're like the same size as vanilla. So if you can run vanilla Windows, you can run this mod. Anyone seems to like it. Me and WizKid talked for a little bit. Yeah, okay. Might troubleshoot an issue. So this guy we all saw, Dog X Bay, he pointed out that I had messed up an alpha map. He didn't know I messed up an alpha map. He didn't say I messed up an alpha map. He wanted to know why these windows didn't have textures in them. And so I went back and looked and I was like, oh, I messed up an alpha map. And then I re-uploaded it, and that's the second version that everybody got. All right, moving on. All in one, we read it. Skyland Windows, got this, Skyland Whiterun Parallax. I prefer this over the landscape parallax. So this guy makes a pretty good point. He likes this more than landscape parallax, which I agree with. I prefer architecture parallax. So there we go. Thank you, Skyking. Thank you for making great Whiterun. What do I use to add trees? Autumn of Whiterun. If you didn't know, I like the Autumn of Whiterun mod. Get it if you want to. Loves this. Which ENB weather? I use Pycho ENB and I use Nat Weather ENB 3 or whatever that weather's called. Nat ENB 3 weather. Yeah, so everybody seems to be happy for that mod, which is nice. Moving on. All-in-one Redum, bits and pieces, bits and bobs. Does this mod and your other mods cover the things being retextured by SMIM and Noble Skyrim? Because I want my graphics mods to be exclusively Skyrim. For the most part, yes. Wait a minute. I suggest installing SMIM and putting everything else after it in your load order. Okay? Hello, Skyking 2020, says Selfa Alaz. I have been following you for years. Creepy. And you're doing a truly excellent job. Thank you. I'm curious about a subject, and I'd like to ask if you have any goals in this regard. Does it cover all textures? If so, I download only Skyland AIO and bits and bobs without any other texture mods. Will everything change, or are there items missing? If there are any missing parts, do you plan to complete them all? Of course, on the texture side, I exclude weapons and armor textures. I would love to complete all the textures using only your series. So, most clutter, all landscape, and all architecture is covered. Nothing else. I hope that answers that for you. Thanks for the feedback and support. There you go. I have the sexiest gourd. I don't know what that means, and it kind of freaks me out. So Skooma Del Rey, you kind of creep me out a little bit. Compatible with Screwbros Miscellaneous? I don't know, because I don't use Skirk Bros Miscellaneous. So I would say put this before or after. I don't know. Is this compatible with SMIM? Moving on. Skyline Windows. We read it. AIO read it. HD road signs. I like my road signs. I have found some incompatibility of the Lanterns versions with Lux Via. I don't know anything about Lux because I don't use Lux. If there's incompatibility issues, then I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I just used vanilla lights, so maybe it needs a patch. I don't know. Chardero, do you know anything about this? Kabloom Mountain Flowers. Did y'all know that I made this flower texture mod? Did y'all know this? Somebody asked me to, and so I just did it, and I just used the vanilla meshes and textures. Like, I didn't do new meshes or anything, but what an awesome logo, by the way. Anyway, here you go. I made some mountain flower textures. Already using most of your textures, and now these flowers with Skoglindy make for a perfect match. Thank you for all your hard work. Well, thank you. These are by far the best textures for flowers. I wish they had a 3D mesh. Me too. Thank you. Skyland Windows, Reddit, AIO, Reddit, blacksmith textures. So as you know, I made all these blacksmith textures in a few streams. A few streams ago. All right. Any way to get the coal from High Poly Project? It's basically the only one thing, that mod, that I use to keep consistency with Embers XD. If it would be too much trouble, so I don't know how to use that. He says, I said you should probably go ask the High Poly Project people, because I don't know. I don't know how to do that. And he said, sorry, I think I phrased it wrong. You can install only the coal meshes from HPP, but since they are linked to the smelter mesh, it does not apply to your awesome mesh with the Embers XD patch. So you get vanilla coal because it's overwritten. I've discovered there are other smelter meshes on the Nexus already that have the patch and can have your textures applied with HPP coal. Personally, I've just dropped HPP to use yours and be happy with it. Yeah, I don't have perms to use any HPP assets or textures or anything. So I wouldn't know how to do that, but I would be willing to upload a new mesh that would use the the Embers XD. I will take a look at this. Fuchsia commented saying that I had an alpha map with some glossy on the wood, so some metal gloss that was also applied to the wood. So I fixed it, and there's a new version of just the blacksmith and bits and bobs, by the way, which I had to do. All right, moving on. Green Tundra. Green Tundra. So if you want Green Tundra, I made you a mod for you. I made a mod for you. There you go. Would it be possible to create a darker green version? So, like, I'm not going to make another version with just a slightly darker green. No. This green was chosen because it works with the most grass mods. Does that make sense? I made a darker green and people were like, it looks just like your normal green. What's the impact performance? No impact. Blacksmith, complex parallax, AIO. All right, so that I think is enough for me. I think that pretty much sums up everything. So there you go, 15 minutes of answering comments. And I think that should answer questions. I don't think anybody should be lost or confused as to anything that I just answered there. I hope, anyway. I hope that's all correct. Is that good? Yeah, Chardero, I think it is the perfect green. Personally. I think it's a fine green. I think it's perfectly fine. Avi, you use Kabloom? I did not know that. I didn't think anybody used Kabloom. I don't use it. And I made it. Is Lux Via? Of course, it's not compatible with Lux Via. I don't even know. I don't know what Lux Via is. I don't know. I know Lux is a lighting. I thought Lux Via and Lux were the same thing. I just thought Lux Via was the whole name of Lux, and people just didn't want to say the Via part, so they just call it Lux. I didn't know it was two different mods. That's how little I know about Lux. And Lux Via, obviously. I know nothing about these mods. If y'all give me 2 seconds, I want to go get my water real quick, okay? So I'll be right back. Let me get my water. Okay. Had to go get this. Yeah, it doesn't. Ah, that's why. Oh, and there's Orbis also. I forgot about that. I don't use Lux. There's much zero lighting science, so I don't use any of it because of that reason. All of those just jack up all of the mods so bad that I've just stopped using all of them. Okay, Lux V is like Northern Roads. Got it. So what's just the interior lighting one? Is that just Lux? Just Lux? I'm guessing it is. I'm not sure. But I think it is. So I'm trying to look it up right now. Yeah, I think the Lux is just the interior. Yeah, just Lux is just the interior from what I'm seeing. Okay. So, I want to talk about some other stuff real quick. Pertaining to the stream. We'll have to look at the camera. Actually, I'll just slide the chat here so I can look at the chat and my camera. So, I'm kind of running out of, I've ran out of mods to make. I'm not making any new mods. I'm just filling out anything missing in my current mods or anything that needs to be updated or fixed. Everything seems to be fine. There's a couple textures here and bits and bobs that I'm gonna, and there's an AIO update I'm gonna do because of the windows. But after that, there's no Skyland stuff on the plate. Like even these textures I'm doing right now, it's not really like a new mod. So I have no mods planned. I don't know what's DLC, Randy. Definitely won't be doing any armor or weapons. It's in my wheelhouse and I'm capable of doing it. I just don't want to do it. You know, if I was gonna do weapons, I'd like to make all new meshes and like get ZBrush and throw them into like Substance Painter and do them correctly. Like I don't want to like retexture the game meshes because they're lame. I would like to do all new meshes. So yeah, so parallax I've got a lot knocked out. I really don't enjoy doing parallax on the stream because it's mind-numbingly dull and boring. I'm not creating anything, I'm just like whipping up grayscale images and like, does that work? Is that too much? Is it too, I don't know. So parallax I just kind of do on my own time. Oh, I don't do the Lanterns of Skyrim. That jacked my stuff up too much. I was getting like two lanterns in the same place, even with patches and stuff in towns, and it was just. And I like my lit road signs, so I'm like, nah, I'm good. So yeah, so I'm not gonna do any weapons. I'm not gonna do any armor. And it's outside of the scope of like what Skyland's all about. I did the ranger weapons, so that'll be that. And I did the shields of the holds, which will be the end of that. So I want to know what I should stream other than making textures. That's what I want to know. I want you guys to tell me what you would enjoy hanging out and doing together outside of that. Now, I want to stream some PlayStation games that I think you would enjoy. Y'all seem like a bunch of crazy people that like stories, that like lore, and you like characters and character development. So I've got a couple of games for you that I think you would enjoy. I can stream Starfield. It just bores me to play it. But I mean, I can stream it if that's what you want to see. Like I said, it's a boring game. So I said in the Discord, I have to remind myself to play it. Like, okay, you must set aside 2 hours to play. I know you like the mod creation videos. You want to see some Cyberpunk gameplay? That'd be fun. I do like Cyberpunk a lot. I do enjoy Cyberpunk. That is a fun game. That's got a good story. I like that game. No, I'm definitely into making textures. It's just there's nothing else to texture. Like I've textured all the things I want to texture. There's nothing else that I've seen in the game that I want to texture. Oh, Avi, there's nothing to spoil in Starfield. there's nothing to spoil. Cyberpunk is fun. If you are someone who likes, I don't even monetize this channel, so I don't have to censor anything. Like, anyway, if you like playing as a melee character, swords, knives, daggers, swords coming out of your arms, like Karo from Mortal Kombat, is that his name? Playing as melee in Cyberpunk is the most fun thing ever. Especially once you start putting in like modifications on your body so you can like jump at somebody from 20 feet away and slice their head off. Yeah, be like a cyber runner, a melee cyber runner. It's super fun. It's enjoyable and it's fulfilling. So Spider-Man 2, I definitely wanted to try it. I tried the first one and it kind of bored me a little bit. It was like the same thing over and over again. Kind of like Gotham. You remember the what were the Batman games? You remember those? Let me see my library real quick. Yeah, so Arkham City. Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and Arkham Knight. Fun, very pretty to look at, but it was like the same fights over and over. And the Spider-Man was very much like that. The same fights over and over again. But Spider-Man 2 actually looks pretty interesting. But I would like to do Ghost of Tsushima. Cyberpunk would be super fun to do. Spider-Man 2, maybe. Yeah, Cyberpunk characters all cyber hacker. I think Brandy would really like Cyberpunk. If she's not played it yet, I think she would really like it. Since she likes to play melee. I think she's a melee character. I think she is. But that's a super fun game. And like I said, the story in Cyberpunk is really good. Doesn't matter which faction you start with. They're all really good. I consider that kind of RPG-ish because you have no background. Oh man, so I got Oblivion on the PlayStation. And the game is so old that the controls feel clunky and you're like, why is that button that? Why is this the action button? Why is this the interact button? Why is that the swing your axe button? You're like, this is so old-fashioned. Oblivion is fun, but it feels dated as hell. But I played all the way through it again, and I really did enjoy it. I almost like Oblivion as much as Skyrim. The story in Oblivion is really fun, and the characters are very memorable, and they're very fun. I liked, there were aspects of Oblivion that were much more difficult, and then in Skyrim they kind of cheese it a little bit, and I'm like, well, in Skyrim that's an easy problem to solve, but in Oblivion you're like, oh, now this is actually a problem. So, but yeah, I loved Oblivion. That was my first Elder Scrolls game, was Oblivion. And I got it because everybody was talking about it. And so I got it, and I had never played a game like that before. I've never played like an RPG. All of the games I've played up to that point were action games. I call them action games. Zelda, right? Zelda is not an RPG. It's not an action RPG. It's just an action game. Much like Ghost of Tsushima. It's a story game. So when I got into Oblivion and they were like, the world is yours, do what you want in any order that of which you want to do it. And I'm like, you know, like I've never had to like pick stats before or pick your race. Like, so I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing? So Oblivion was a new thing for me. And then when I heard Skyrim was coming out, I pre-ordered it, waited in line at midnight, and picked it up at GameStop. So I've never played, I have played a Baldur's Gate. I played some of the old ass Baldur's Gates. My brother really liked them, but I had never used them before. I mean, I've never played them before. I'm not really good at turn-based strategy games. Like, I consider that like a turn-based strategy RPG game. Is it RPG? Yeah, it's an RPG. But I don't understand the turn-based stuff, and then you've got to like utilize the characters, the team with you, and like play to their strengths and let them fill the gaps of your weaknesses, and you got to be in sync and all that. I just, and it's very like calculated type of play style, and I suck at that. Like the calculating and planning like 3 steps ahead. I suck at chess. As much as I want to be cool and be like, I'm so smart, look at me play chess, I can calculate all this stuff, I know what move you're gonna make next, I'm so cool. I'm not like that. I see 1 step ahead of me, like, and that's it. I have no foresight. So games like Baldur's Gate, I think I would fail at miserably because I have no foresight. I can't plan, I don't work well in a team, I can't use other people's strengths. Like, I forget even like what my strengths are. Like, oh yeah, I forgot I was leveling up that skill. Maybe I should use it. I don't know. This is why like playing as a mage character in Skyrim never clicked with me. I didn't get it. You hand me a sword, I understand a sword. You swing it, you chop heads off. It's very simple. But yeah. You preferred the Xbox version of Oblivion? Isn't it the same thing as every other platform? Oh, it's not quite the same on Xbox. Well, I play everything on PC. Unless it's a PlayStation exclusive. That's the only reason why I have a PlayStation, is for their exclusives. Everything else I get on PC. But you guys should definitely check out the PC versions if you if you have the ability. I've not played Halo since the very first Halo on the Xbox 360, or was it the original Xbox? I can't remember. But I haven't played a Halo in forever. Not in forever. But I did enjoy playing it. I liked the small little multiplayer rounds and stuff. They were super fun. Anywho, I'm done making textures tonight. I'm going to plan out some future streams, and I will be posting them on the Discord. And I'm going to figure out some way to get a PlayStation hooked up to this thing, because I've got 2 of them, and the other one's not being used, so I should probably just plug it into the computer and get another capture card. I have a capture card for my camera, but I need a second capture card for if I was to hook up a console, or else you would not have any camera of me. Outer Worlds. I tried Outer Worlds. I just wasn't a fan. I tried Outer Worlds. I couldn't get into it. Halo was fun. The first Halo was fun. I'm not gonna lie. All right. Anyway, I'm out of here. I want everybody to have a good Thursday night. Have a great weekend. I'm on the Discord if anybody needs anything, and I will talk to you all later. I love you very much in your own individual ways. Don't leave any stupid comments on Nexus, please. We'll talk to you all later. Good night.